All right, so we covered a prototype chain. Now I want to talk about classes. If you go to the documentation, the first line on the documentation is the class declaration creates a new class with the given name using the prototype-based inheritance. So it is very evident here that it uses prototype-based inheritance. This is the first line in the documentation. All right. So do go through this and let's see what happens with class. So you should be able to explain what classes, and with respect to the prototype chain, if you're able to explain, it will be even better. So the syntax for this is we write our constructor like this. So name, age, and we can write this dot name is equal to name, this dot age is equal to age. Right, and if you write var person is equal to new person of name, and or let's say psi, and let's say 25. We can see that this is kind of exactly what we got with the prototype chain also, right? So in the end, class is also an object, because almost everything in JavaScript is somehow the other an object. So when it comes to classes, you should be comfortable writing some inheritance also, because you're using extends.react.component every time. So you should be able to also write some basic function, right? So for example, sleep, I can write console.log of this.name is, I can just say sleeping. All right, and if I write class coder extends person, constructor props, or not props, sorry, habit, name, age, let's say basic or role. So at this point, I can pass in my super. Right, this is also another question that can come in. And I can write this to role is equal to role. I'll write this code function here, console.log of this dot name, and I'm saying is code. And if I write role, I can just say this dot name, role is, and I can say this dot role. So if I were to write a coder, let's say run, let's say 21, and if I were to write coder dot code, oh sorry, I wrote coder, and I just need to pass the role, let's say front end. Oh, my bad. I should be writing name, age in this point. So you can see that it gives me hardness coding. What happens if I write coder dot sleep? So it says hardness sleeping also. So here I'm able to extend some properties from my parent class and still pass it down to my child here, or the subclass or the class which is written down, right? So which is inheriting properties from person. Why do we write super here? So let's say data or I'll just write this dot name, this dot age, this dot role. Let's see what happens when I don't pass age into it. And if I write a coder dot profile, you can see at this point that you didn't pass age into your super, and you have suddenly got undefined here. If I didn't pass name also there, I would get 2 as undefined. Both of them undefined. Never mind, this dot name is undefined. If I were giving it in a different order, I would get the opposite value. Right? So this is essentially calling the parent constructor and defining those values. So if I were to invoke this dot sleep here, and let's just comment this out, you can see that the even for Haran, that this line was executed. So if I just change this to name and age, you can see this happens, right? So super kind of executes the parent function or parent constructor, I would say. If you don't pass super, you're going to get a reference error. So it says must call super constructor in derived class before accessing this or returning from the derived constructor. So if you write a constructor inside the subclass, then you should definitely use super. So if you're writing super props, you should definitely write, you should not pass super with empty, just pass super props also, right? So that any case of issues are not like you're not causing any issues in React. But generally this, when you can create your own subclasses also, but would like recommend you to pass in props also. So we have kind of covered what classes are also now.